Hello YouTube and welcome to the first proper review that I have done on this channel. So today I'm going to be showing you the Intel Core i7-3770K. Now if you're familiar with these kind of things, the i7 is the top of most processing. I mean, you can go to the extreme ones which can go plus £1,000 or plus a lot more dollars. But unless you really do need extreme processing power and have the liquid cooling to cope with it, you're really not going to need it. So, this i7 cost me £240 or around $270. It's been perfect so far. I mean, I've had it for 3 months now. And as you can see, it uses around, the stats are here, so it's got 3.5 GHz stock speed, so when it's not under any intense load it does actually downclock itself to around 1.8 GHz, which obviously saves power, and to be honest it does that most of the time. There's not really much that does push this processor. 3.5 is its stock, but I hardly ever actually see it to that. It's either between 1.8 or it's turbo frequency, which stock frequency is 3.9 GHz. Obviously, because it's the K right here, because it's the K, you can overclock it to whatever your cooling can cope with. But obviously, in my one, I only have the stock cooler. I'm just going to show you some of the packaging that came with it. So in this i7 processor came this plastic case. Now you can see this is where the CPU fan is held. So the CPU fan is there. So you can see that the plastic obviously goes on like that. Yeah, that's when it came. It was all like that, and the i7 CPU fan does have thermal paste pre-applied, so there's none of those worries that you do have with other coolers. The processor itself is very well packaged, to be honest, although this doesn't look very sturdy. It's actually a really strong plastic clip. Easily protects the pins, because obviously if you know anything about processors, the pins are very delicate, so very careful, but this does do a good job of looking after it in a case. Same as this for the CPU, because obviously trying to keep that thermal paste from spreading all over you. So, i7-3770K never really goes over 60%, and I render videos at 1080p that are a good 7 or 8 minutes long. The CPU cooler I'm not that impressed with, if I'm honest. It gets a little bit hot when it does get loaded. It's about 80 degrees Celsius, which for me that's a little bit too hot, so we'll be getting a liquid cooler at some point later, because it makes quite a lot of noise and it doesn't cool it that well. I mean, it's a stock cooler, it comes with it, so I don't really expect it to work wonders, but that is the same cooler that comes with the i3. Now, if obviously the i3 is obviously going to be freezing cold, you'll probably be sub-zero temperatures with that fan. But when there's this processor at 3.9 GHz with 4 cores or 8 threads with the same cooler that cools 2 cores on i3, so obviously you're not going to be the same. So 80 degrees Celsius under load is not really good enough for what I need. So, as you can see, this is the box. I do like the design of these boxes, to be honest. So this particular one comes with a 3-year warranty. So if you have any issues with it, you can just take it back. But it does not support if it overheats. Other things, it's got all this clever technology, smart cache technology. That's where it stores some. It's very integrated into the memory, and it obviously supports DDR3. Also, the new Ivy Bridge, which is this, the new Ivy Bridge set of processors also supports PCI 3.0, which is the new port for graphics cards. So if you really want to utilise your 690 or SLI'd 680 or 670s or 660 Ti's, that is definitely something you need to look out for. AMD, they're not doing so well at the moment, processor speed wise. I mean, yes, you can get your Bulldozer 8 cores, but it's got 8 physical cores. It only has 4 physical cores, and this is still miles ahead of the game. It is way faster than any AMD processor that they can get out. So the i7-3770K has Intel HD 4000 integrated graphics. Surprisingly enough, they can actually play games, modern games, not at a good FPS, but you could probably get away with playing most modern games at low on integrated graphics, which is definitely new. I mean, you can see eventually it'll be that it's only integrated, but definitely not yet. Also, another thing to note with these new Ivy bridges, they support DX11, which makes a big difference. That means you support all of the most modern games at a much better kind of game reality. Do bear in mind when you are buying your components to build your PC, this is socket 1155, the same as the Sandy Bridge series, which is different to the first series. As you know, it's 1156. This is 1155. So please do not make that mistake, I nearly did. Because obviously you'd go looking around for a new socket, but it is the same. Obviously, so you don't have to buy a new motherboard or whatever if you want to upgrade. So, I hope to enjoy this review of the i7-3770K. If you want to see any more reviews of any more products, please message me and I will be happy to help. Thank you for watching this review. Goodbye.